Welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. Sorry I'm a little bit late here. I kept hitting the live button and it wasn't going live for me. Hi Karen, hi Donna, hi Carol. Thanks for joining. All right. Just bear with me. I'm a little bit hoarse, but we'll get past this. I have been sick for the past week and I'm determined I'm going to be able to do this. Oh, I got a bad glare. I'm straight, but I got a glare. See if I can move things a little bit. Okay. All right, I am going to play with the Delicate Forest set today, the bundle. I'm actually doing a card. Um, my team leader made one of these. I changed it up a little. I had seen, when I saw this, I thought of that, and then she made the card before me, so. But I'm using the Delicate Forest set, the dies, and the Celebration heartfelt hellos just for the inside sentiment. All right, just have a couple things real quick. And I did do some prepping ahead of time. If you have ever thought about joining, this is a great time. Hold it right side up, maybe. Stampin' Up has this glass mat that you can get for free with your starter kit. I did not get it. I missed out on it. I have to wait till after the joining promotion and then it's available again. But from what I understand, it's a wonderful thing. It comes with the mat, comes with the little palette where you can mix colors, the cleaning cloth. So it's a great joining special. It's a $60 value. You get it free. If you don't want the glass mat, you can choose option 2, which is an additional $30 in products. So you would get $155 of products of your choice for $99, and it all ships for free. Okay. Celebration is going on right now. It is going, we're halfway through. We got one more month. It ends February 29th. We have an extra day next month for leap year. And Celebration, I believe there's 11 products that are free with qualifying orders. So there's DSPs, stamp sets, dies, bundles, whether it's a $50 level or a $100 level. And you get to pick any of these products when you shop. Also, the paper pumpkin, this is the second of, there are 3. It's for January, February, and March. And these dies coordinate with it. There's the love die, the flower, the leaves, and I guess just your basic for sentiment. And I believe this month is springtime. It kind of looks like Easter cards, but I forget what it is. It's not just cards. There's like a box and little things. And I believe the flower is the one that coordinates with this month. All right. And while you're out there shopping, don't forget to stop and check out the online exclusive products because they are going to be adding things on a regular basis from what I understand. Okay, we're going to get started. And I lost, oh boy, I'm going to have to wing it here. Okay, I'm starting with a panel of Granny Apple Green, and it measures 5.5 by, all right, you can make it 8.5, 5.5 by 8.5. But then what I did, once I fold it, the card is going backwards. So what I did so that it closes easily, I took about a 1/16 of an inch off the piece that's going to be folded in. I just so that it doesn't bunch up, so it'll lay flat. Okay, and I have a panel of the Mandarin Meadow DSP that this isn't staying closed for me, that I am just going to adhere two, I'm using liquid glue. I need my wiggle room. So the card, the way I'm doing it, it's opening backwards. So instead of opening right to left, it's going to be left to right. I'm just going to adhere this, and this piece is, I believe it's 4 by 5 1/4. I have all the measurements written down. I'm looking for them. I know I have them here on my table, but I guess I probably pushed them to the side. Just see if I can read comments. All right, Karen. I wasn't that late. I was about 2 minutes late, 2 or 3 minutes late. And that was because every time I hit this go live on my phone, it wasn't working. Okay. So we're going to set that on the side. Then I have another panel that I already pre-cut because I didn't feel like having all the pieces all over the place. This one here measures 4.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 1/4 of an inch. Just make sure. Yeah, I scored it at 1/4 of an inch, right? And I'm just going to take my, okay, guess that piece doesn't stay. I'm just going to lift these little leaves here. Just give them a little lift. These are really pretty die. Just want to, easier if I stick my nail underneath. So these are just a few leaves. Just going to lift them up just to give it a little dimension. When you put it in the envelope, it's going to go flat anyway. And if you send the card to someone who is a card maker, they'll know to pop these up. This is why I didn't want to cut it live, because I would have been here forever just taking the pieces out. Okay, and I'm just going to fold this piece over, and I'm going to use tear and tape because I feel a little more confident with that. They can get it out, but I believe it's 1/4 of an inch, so it should be perfect. It's just going to fit. So if you want to make this just a smidge bigger, you can. Oh, no, that's not on paper. I don't know what I did with those stupid measurements. All right. So I'm just going to adhere that, but I'm not going to adhere it down yet. I just want to get that on. Then I did cut ahead of time. I took a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel of garden green, and I cut one of these from the top, one of them from the bottom. Just, I kept playing around with different things. It was easier to get a full piece and just cut these two. And then from a panel of, oh boy, come on, lemon lime twist, I cut out these two. So I just got all those cut ahead of time. And these colors, they're all in here. That's where I got the green, all the different greens from. So what I'm going to do, we're going to flip this over. I'm going to work from this side. And I don't want anything to go past the fold line. So if it goes the opposite way a little, that's okay, because I could trim it off. I mean, I could trim it from that way too, but I'm just going to adhere this right in the back. Just going to use my liquid glue because that's what I'm comfortable with. Right, so I got to put it on this side. I want to make sure I get it on the right side. Just going to put a little bit on the sides like that. And I'm just leaving it along the bottom because I want to sneak these little pieces in. Just going to put this right like that. Again, I'm just going to make sure it's in a little bit because I can trim from this side. And then, I mean, you could play around with it, bring it forward. This piece I can't do much with. I mean, I can sneak it through here if I really wanted to, but that might be pushing it. All right, and then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to put a little bit on either side. And then these I'm going to slip in afterwards. This one, oops, maybe I should get a bit closer on my mat. So I'm just going to go up a little higher with this, but not too much because I don't want to block the DSP. Okay. Now these, before I go any further, let me just trim this here. Now, I wanted to play with the Carol because this is one of the sets I want to use for my class next month. So I figured I'd better know what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to slip this. I'm just going to put a dab of glue on it, and I know it was probably easier if I would have slipped it in beforehand, but I have to go from the back. Just want to make sure I get it in there, and then I'll put the glue just to the end. Leave these out in a minute. I'm getting frustrated with them. Just going to put a tiny bit of glue, and I'm just going to lift this up and sneak it right in between. There we go. It's not doing what I want it to, but it's just so that we get a little bit of extra color. But there's got to be a way. Hold on. I need to see if I can sneak this in. Let's see. This will actually hold it too, if I can. Okay, I think so. Maybe? There we go. And then what? You know what? Just so it doesn't go flopping all over the place, I'm just going to put just a tiny, tiny, very tiny, if I can even get it to come out. There we go. Little dot of glue. Just to hold it. And again, it's just because I wanted different shades of green. Let's see how quickly I can get this in on the other side. And then that one I'm just going to leave. Okay. Close this up so I don't get it all over. Now, take the tearing tape off. Oops, sorry, I'm shaking the table here. All right, and I am going to adhere this right along the inside edge. I want to get it right up to the edge. So we're going to get the top and bottom and the side. Oh boy, I'm off a little bit, just a little. There we go. Just along the edge. Give it a good. So now close it. It'll close flat. A little pretty little picture inside. Okay. Going to put a sentiment on the front. And just going to do it in garden green. And I have you make good things better. And I'm not going to worry about getting it straight because I am going to cut it out. Ugh, I did re-ink my green. It's that time of the year. Okay. Seems like in the winter, I don't know about you, but my stamp pads dry up. I'm constantly re-inking them, but then what happens is summer comes and they get all squishy again. All right, so I'm just going to use the die cut from the Delicate Forest dies, and I'm going to cut this out real quick. Oops. Holy, oh, it moved. Okay, let me grab another piece. That's right as I went through. I didn't put a piece of the tape on it, and it shifted. So we're just going to stamp it again. This time I'm going to get a piece of Post-it tape. Hold it in place. I don't have a piece handy. Get it straight this time. Okay. Stick that on the other side so it doesn't move this side. Right, we're just going to adhere this to the bottom front. I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. Excuse me. I'm just going to put 3 of them across. Not putting a lot of extra. Let's see if I get this. Actually, what I'm going to do is I just want this flat. I want to try to get it as centered as I can. There we go. There. All right, let's get the inside done, and I do have the embellishments for it too. And I'm just going to stamp "Enjoy Your Day." for the inside. Dropping things all over, sorry. All right, and again, we're going to try to get this straight. I will have all the measurements on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns@gmail.com. And hang on, I gotta hold my breath here, make sure I get this straight. That's straighter than I expected it to be. All the measurements along with a link to the video will be on my blog on Friday. And I will put about the trimming of it, of the paper. It just makes it close a little better. Otherwise, when I first did it, it was buckled up. I had a piece of scrap paper, um, and it was just buckled up, and I didn't like the way it looked. I wanted it to look flat. And I have just a little piece that I'm just going to set on the bottom because I have it, and I might as well put it on. Sometimes when you have to cut that paper down just that little bit, you have a piece left over, and it doesn't fit on the envelope, but it will fit on the inner liner. And then we're going to adhere this to a garden green mat. It has been such a dreary day here. Just with the rain. Karen, I think you actually got more snow than I did in Tennessee. We were expecting all this snow for Friday, and we got nothing. Very disappointing. And then this will act as just a second hold for that little, the card front piece. Just to hold it in place. I'm a little crooked here. Doing everything crooked today. All right, let me just grab my embellishments. I thought I pulled out. Okay. So these are the adhesive back dragonflies and birds. And it's an online exclusive. They are currently unavailable, but it says, I believe, next week, the first week of February, they will become available again. So, and I just love these little dragonflies. I'm just going to put a couple there. I'm going to put one of each. I'll put one of the birds in the air. Put the other one right out here. All right. Get the envelope done and we're done. Really, this part does all the work. You just have to put the piece of paper behind it. So I have my envelope. I have just another panel of the DSP that I just cut from the bottom. Here on the flap. My glue is not giving me wiggle room today. It is not. moving when I'm trying to move it. Right to okay. Gave me enough room. I have glue on something and it just keeps getting stuck to everything, but I can't, every time I go to look for it, I can't figure out where it's coming from. Just trim this a little. I guess I cut this a little short. Trim the envelope, nobody's going to know a thing because you still have plenty of glue to seal the envelope with. And then I had already stamped the front with uh, the tree. Okay, that's it. Nice and it's a very simple card considering it's a fun fold. So it's just like a little tri-fold card, but the paper does all the work for you, at least I think it does. And I just went with the greens that are in the paper, which the only one I didn't use was shaded spruce, which is in this paper also. So, all right. Everything will be on my blog on Friday morning at 8 o'clock. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you have even considered joining, if you have a long list of things that you would like to get, now's a great time. You can join, save yourself some money. Take advantage of, you can either get the glass plate or get $155 of products for only $99. And then you get access to all the demo things. There's never an obligation to sell. If you're interested at all, just feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. All right? Thanks for joining, everyone. And I am going to plan on next Wednesday's the 31st. I should be good. It's the last day of the month. I do have to go into work later, but I can work my work schedule around my live. It'll work. All right, so I will plan on seeing you all next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Thanks for joining, everyone. Have a great week. Bye-bye.